The year was 1994. Jim Carrey was about to break out with Ace Ventura, Dumb and Dumber, and The Mask. Arrow Video has now done a 4K restoration of 1994 classic comic book adaptation of The Mask, and I'm going to review it. It is one from my childhood. I wore out the VHS over and over and over again. I can't imagine I'm not alone in this. Dancing to Cuban Pete and singing the songs, dancing, having a crush on Cameron Diaz. Jim Carrey was the freaking man. I don't think we'll ever see anything like it, where 3 comedy films came out in the same year and were massive hits. Jim Carrey became a bona fide star, and The Mask is a wonderful movie, and I'm so glad Arrow gave it the special treatment. First of all, using the original poster and then having the cool, I don't know. It harkens back to those VHS days. The packaging here, and even the purple on top. Let's open it up with the slipcover. The purple box. This is gorgeous. This is absolutely insane what they've done here. You got some swag as well. Poster with, it's like the original poster, and on the back a variant as well. I don't know. I'm getting the nostalgia feels. I'm in my late 30s. I'm getting the feels, guys. Getting the feels. There's a book, and there's Cameron Diaz herself. Looks like the newspaper from Edge City. Crazy the amount of detail in this book. It's unbelievable. So the movie's about a loner, hopeless romantic, Stanley Ipkiss, played by Jim Carrey, who's a banker, accountant, and can't get a date, and he can't get a running car. He's kind of a lovable loser. His best friend's his dog. He's got a coworker that jokes around with him about going to Coco Bongo, so he decides to go with him. Can't get in. Ends up seeing the girl that wanted to open an account and had a crush on, played by Cameron Diaz, Tina, and Cameron Diaz, in my opinion, has never looked better than in The Mask. She was one of my youngest, earliest crushes. Yeah, just absolutely gorgeous. But this movie is just so much more than this rom-com. It's a comedy. Jim Carrey goes full Jim Carrey in this, with some crazy impressions of Clint Eastwood, Edward G. Robinson, and the style of this film. Directed by Charles Russell, the style of this movie harkens back to the 1940s. A lot of swing music, and there's a lot of colors in this movie, like a comic book movie should have. Ben Stein shows up as a therapist here, talking about masks. Anyways, Ipkiss finds this mask and decides one night to try it out, and it sucks him, and it plays on your innermost desires, whether it be in your inner darkest personalities. So Ipkiss is sort of this positive, hopeless romantic who watches a lot of cartoons and Looney Tunes, and big fan of that. And so it plays on his happier side, but still being dark. He becomes a criminal, robs banks, stuff like that. He gets revenge on the mechanics. Then he gets in the wrong hands later on with Dorian, who's Tina's boyfriend and gangster, the bad guy of the film, played by the guy in Pulp Fiction. And he puts on the mask, a completely different vibe. This monster of a man who just lights up the club at Coco Bongo. The dog even gets on the action and pees on people, and it's just hilarious. But anyways, The Mask, on this viewing, this new 4K restoration viewing, not only did it look better, sound better than anything I've ever seen, any version of The Mask that I've seen before, but the movie flies by, and I forgot how fast-paced this film is. For 1994, it doesn't waste a frame. And I don't know, that's because they used to shoot movies on film, so they couldn't waste any frames. But it's just a very tight, concise, 90-minute film that flies by, and it's a lot of fun. And back to the restoration here. I got the Blu-ray copy here by Arrow. It is still the 4K restoration. Comes with a 1 Blu-ray disc and all that other swag, as well as lobby cards. So yeah, highly recommend this edition. Also loaded with special features, and one of the ones that I watched last night was an interview with Charles Russell from this year. He talks about how he had to fight for this movie. And I didn't know he directed Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors, which is arguably one of the best installments of the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. And it makes a lot of sense when you watch The Mask. So New Line took a chance on his vision, and he explains, he wanted to adapt something more lighthearted. He wanted to go Jim Carrey, go the comedy route, change the tone of the comic, and really, I think he pulled it off. I mean, The Mask, to me, has become a timeless classic. Definitely a classic Jim Carrey performance, and a classic film from the 90s, especially a comic book comedy. Just insane that this movie even exists now. I love it. Let me know below, did you guys pick up this new Arrow edition of The Mask? Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on The Mask. What's your favorite Jim Carrey movie? And just let me know overall what you thought of this edition of The Mask. Thanks for watching. This has been Return of Disc. I'm Dan.